walking. You have to mix your walking in as well because you can power shield those bears. You can make plays off of them.
Even jump air dodge isn't too safe because if you do it too early or if you're not dead on with it, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. He can still bear you upon landing. So, but anyway, here we go.
Jumping right into ADHD versus Nairo.
Wyatt assuming the standing position as always.
Glad to see him standing again.
Yes.
It's always a good time.
And man, this is the one thing I love to see as of right now. It's another player who puts a lot of pressure on, and that is ADHD. Because Wyatt is so good at just being not in your face and then magically in your face.
I really enjoy this matchup, and I enjoy watching it, and I enjoy
But someone
playing it.
is not enjoying it right now, and that is Nairo.
Yeah.
Nairo is very uncomfortable, as you can see. He has a banana in hand.
What is fantastic about this matchup, though, is that Wario can dish out damage on Diddy Kong so fast because he can just easily rack up edge guard damage and banana damage. I mean, banana up air is like 26% or something like that.
And we all are well aware of the tire combos. We know that Wario is very proficient with items, and he just gets even scarier with the traps he can start to create. So swap out tires for bananas, and you have a very scary creature sitting there. He's facing down the barrel.
Speaking of barrels, Wyatt going for a very obvious barrel play. You see what I mean? This is a very even match right now. I mean, it's very difficult for Diddy Kong to kill Wario without a banana setup, which is, I mean, it's always a difficult time to hit Wario with a banana setup, except for right there.
Where Wyatt finds
when
it
you
like...
just land right on top of Diddy Kong.
When you find it like a book in the library, all right? Oh man, why?
I really would have liked to see a bite there. I mean, it's obvious that he's going to try and shield.
Yeah, Nairo getting a little hungry right now.
You really only F-smash for a very blatant punish in this matchup. Otherwise, you can get so very punished for it.
And you can tell, though, Nairo is very well aware that Wyatt does not have a banana in hand, so he's a little bit more willing to be risky and a little bit less worried about the follow-ups. Unfortunately, though, as Nairo steals the banana directly from Wyatt. Oh man, as that fart just comes to fruition. Oh man, if he had done that a little bit earlier, that would have been a nasty little gimp on Wyatt.
Wyatt is just setting up in the middle of the stage. That's where Diddy excels in this matchup. He's going to sit under that platform. He's going to say, Wario, do you want to come dare me? Because you're more than welcome to try.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Jeez, and these follow-ups right now is why it goes right back to the banana, for goodness sake.
I like Nairo's other characters, but his Wario to me is just very basic.
Yeah, it's struggling. It doesn't have the same mobility you're used to seeing, and you can tell why it's very comfortable in this match as of right now. He's sitting on top of a full 3-stock or 2-stock lead as of right now, and Nairo's struggling to find an answer. I mean, we've seen this happen to him before in Meta Knight Band tournaments. I don't want to see it happen again, but just kind of resorts to the basics and gets caught doing some very, very basic things. As we see right now, though, really just struggling to find that entrance. Really needs to make that punish. There you go. Oh. As he later finds out that that banana was not his. Not your banana. That's a great quote from the West.
Not your banana.
Not your banana. Give me your banana. Oh, man.
I would just love to see some bites getting thrown in here, but...
Those gluttony-style bites right now that always seem to amaze so many.
A nice waft. Almost finishes ADHD stock off.
Oh, man. And that's going to probably do it right now. Yeah, this is... Oh, goodness.
That's it.
Wyatt making Nairo look a fool right now, as Wyatt's going to need to find a different character to use or a really good counter pick.
Well, you know, I would just like to see him adapt a little better to that situation. I just don't think he knows the Diddy matchup very well with Wario.
I don't think anyone knows the Diddy matchup that well as of right now in the Atlantic North due to Wyatt's hibernation.
That's true. We don't have a lot of Diddies up here right now.
I mean, ADHD and, Anti always had very, very solid Diddies, but as Anti is, retired the Diddy a little bit more and he's not a major role of Anti's, you're going to wait to see more from Wyatt. Wyatt begins to shark here on Delfino. Now, this is really funny because we just talked about this earlier and how this is not a great stage for Marth, yet you find Nairo going directly to Marth on this stage. How do you feel about that, PD?
Well, he likes Delfino Plaza. He's good on Delfino Plaza. I'll give him that.
Oh my god.
But as far as I'm concerned, I would not take Diddy Kong to the stage. I would rather just play him in a different place, a different time.
And
I think on these parts, it's really not that bad. But when you get to those long walk-offs, ooh, a nice tip coming out.
Let's go,
But yeah, here, as you stated, where the ground gets a little bit more uneven, things get a little bit more confusing. And Nairo really establishing good control right now.
Most definitely. I enjoy watching Marth fight Diddy Kong. I think it's lovely because Marth has such neat item play. He can Z-drop bananas and then recatch them with fairs. It's
Oh, wow. And Nairo really changing our perspective here of rather Delfino and Marth. Because, and that's going to be a stock right there.
I gotta just kept stalling with Dancing Blade.
Yes, definitely. Making the smart decision. Nairo not being foolish enough to find Diddy down on the floor over there. As we know, those little ledges and those little walled-in areas.
I remember that from, back in the day when ADHD versus K-Sizzle. And I just remember K-Sizzle screaming in ADHD's face because he just kept getting wall infinited.
And I gotta say, what I really enjoy seeing Wyatt do yet again is just the way that he casually down Bs and always manages to interrupt things that people are attempting to do. Just lets the banana float backwards and really just finds people falling directly into it.
It's true. I mean,
Just
it's not just about throwing the banana when you have it in your hand. It's about that down B as well.
Yes, exactly. It's very important. I remember one of the funniest things I ever heard Ally say is, fuck ADHD, at least Genus B reverses the bananas.
Oh, goodness gracious. So,
this is going to become a bit
essentially, Nairo is just making some trades with Diddy Kong. You can make some pretty easy trades with Diddy Kong. I would advise that when you're this far ahead. So,
and I mean, yet again, as you said though, PD, these transitional stages right now, where they're actually traveling to the next portion of the level, really seem to be where Marth shines on this stage.
They're really great because
they're a more standardized level. I would take it. You know, they really
not just that, but it's more like a Battlefield-esque platform there with a little edge there, and if Diddy Kong tries to go under, it's very easy to either hit him with a down tilt or grab him or do something like that. It's a lot of the matchup is edge guarding and preventing Diddy from coming back onto the stage.
Yeah, boxing him in. Really trying to contain the monkey, because as you can see, it's one of those things where the second Wyatt opens up, he really just makes it like a little in the cut, turn it into a laceration. He rips clear open into it, makes such great punishes, and really, really, really throws a lot of players off their game. And Nairo directly to insta-aggro as you see him faring directly off stage. No fear already. Oh man, and double fair. That pain, the pain mat of double fair.
It's relatively decent against Diddy.
Oh man. And as we get right back into it here, so this is a real fight for stage control as we see as of right now. Percents, lingering around 6% differences as we see right now, but no one's really getting a full stage control type feel. They're both kind of just going edge to edge right now, trying to tack on what they can, full on hit and run and a lot of resets.
Well, yeah, when one starts to gain momentum, all the other one wants to do is reset it back to a neutral situation.
And as I always say, though, a lot of players don't like to lose game one, and when Nairo wins game two, he's going to start to show a little bit more ties to defense and, resetting just to make sure he doesn't catch himself in silly strings.
That was almost very bad for ADHD. I saw an F smash in his future, if not a grab.
As he came with a full-on banana shield directly downwards.
And that bear is so quick.
Yes, it is. Bear and fair, very, very quick attacks. Diddy reminds me so much of Squirtle with bear and fair, just a little less reach. They just come out so quickly and can combo into so many other things.
Ooh, a nice banana combo there from ADHD. Takes Nairo's first stock.
Yeah, really solid follow-up as they trade bananas, something that you always tend to see at some point during Diddy matchups, where both bananas will be thrown and you have a mild reset.
An excellent up air coming out from
but ADHD already tacking almost 50% on a Nairo. You want to make sure that that's not going to make too much of an impact. Nairo really needs to not let that happen again.
It's really difficult to gain momentum back once Diddy has it. That's the unfortunate part about this match.
Oh, definitely. I was going to say, I was speaking to Ramen feels very similar about that. He says that the momentum in a lot of Marth matchups where it's questionable who the winner is really the determining factor, is really who's got the momentum and who's really taking charge of the match. Ooh,
nice smash the eye.
Unfortunately, caught himself into another little combo. As we said, such a quick bear there, following up off the two F smashes from ADHD.
Some legit edge guards coming from Nairo, but that falling fair, that rising fair, that fair is such a dumb.
This whole matchup right now, just monkey drop kicks all day as Nairo lands a charge F smash right now.
Why would he go for that?
Oh man.
No idea.
And those side Bs trying to get back on stage, if you don't, as Diddy Kong, have a clear edge to grab with side B, it becomes such a predictable, annoying thing to have to use over and over again, you know? Barrels become a very big fear if you get knocked out of them. Side B at least grants you a little bit of invincibility and a chance to grab them, but either way, both the options are so predictable. Oh!
Nice up smash out of shield.
And that was a tipper.
Indeed it was. As it often is.
Oh, man. And here we go now. Always those peanuts. So enticing to grab one and try and do something with, but man, they never really get you anywhere. It's just a little game to play.
It's a trap.
It is a trap. Diddy Akbar.
So Nairo seemed like he was attempting to bait the fair there, but just fell into other Diddy shenanigans instead.
And now this is going to become where it's really scary. Look at this. ADHD full stage control right now. 2 bananas on the field, 1 in hand consistently. Nairo needs to make a solid play here, get ADHD back off stage in order to regain the percent to make a difference right now.
As Marth's ugly back roll makes an appearance.
Oh, God. Those back rolls.
Ooh,
and there it is.
That's it.
As we said, unfortunately, it's one of those things where once Diddy gets that middle of the stage kind of situation, Marth has a really rough time.